Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to be talking about multiple fractional factors. Basically multiplying fractions. We're going to cross cancel before we multiply. Just a friendly reminder, when we multiply, I should back up and say, when we multiply fractions, we multiply like 1/3 times 3 over 4, right? When we multiply these guys, we multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom, which gives us 12. This would reduce down if I divide this by 3 and divide this by 3, I would get 1 over 4, right? Well, what we could do is before we multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom, we can cancel things out. This 3 cancels out with that 3. 1 on top, 1 on bottom, they cancel out. On the top now I just have 1, and 1 is left behind. It's never 0. We don't leave 0 behind. I have 1 on top, and on the bottom I have 1 times 4, which is 4. So cross-canceling means that we don't have to reduce the fractions at the end. I happen to think that that's a lot more expedient and helpful than reducing the fractions at the end. So for example, if I have 56 over 27 times 14 over 21 times 15 over 22, all of these guys can be broken down. This can break down to 8 times 7. This is 7 times 2. This is 3 times 5, right? This is example 1, by the way. Example 1. Make sure you're writing it down just like this in your as you're doing your homework as well. This is 3 times 9. This is 3 times 7, and this is 2 times 11. All right, let's do some canceling. I have a 3 here and a 3 here, okay? I have a 7 here and a 7 here. It doesn't matter which 7 I cancel out, it doesn't matter. I have an 8 and a 7 and a 2. I've got a 2 here and a 2 here. I've got a 9. So upstairs, sometimes it's easier just to clean everything up, and let's see if we've got everything. 8 times, so upstairs I have 8, 7, 5. So I have 8 times 7 times 5. Downstairs I have 9 times 3 times 11. Of course, 9 breaks down as well to 3 times 3, but there's no 3s up here for me to cancel out. There's 2 times 4, but there's no 2s down here for me to cancel out. So that's as good as this is going to get. So if we break all these guys down, 8 times 7, so we multiply 8 times 7, we get 56, right? Times 5 gives us 280, okay? 9 times 3 is 27 times 11. 27, let me show you a little trick, right, with 11s. So 11 times 27, can you see that there? You take the 2 and the 7 and you space them out like this. 2 plus 7 is 9, and that goes in the center. So 297, little trick with 11s. All right, so we've reduced this fraction as much as possible, and we get 280. And so you don't want to be sitting here thinking, gosh, can I divide this by 2, 3, 5, all 7, right? So by breaking it down by those prime numbers, meaning these are prime numbers and these are prime numbers, and then these can be broken down into prime numbers if we needed to, it's a lot easier. Okay, so let's do example number 2. Example 2. 26 over 30 times 21 over 39 divided by 4 over 15. Just a friendly reminder, we do not divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So before we even do that though, let's make our life easier, right? 39 is 3 times 13. This is 3 times 7. 26 would be 13 times 2, right? Because we can cut it in half. 30 would be, let me see, 2 times 15. We can leave it like that for right now, okay? So what we have here is this 13 goes away, this 13 goes away. This 3 goes away, this 3 goes away. So, oh, and this 2 goes away, and this 2 goes away. So upstairs here I have 7. Downstairs I have 15. But instead of dividing, we multiply by the reciprocal. Flip that bad boy around, okay? All right, we got some cross-canceling to do one more time. 15 and 15 means upstairs we have 7 left, and downstairs we have 4. Downstairs we have 4. All right, let's take a look at number 3. Oh, that's it. So go ahead and do the practice problems on page 77. Pause the video, do the practice problems, come on back, and let's make sure you're doing them right. So 12 over 105 times 14 over 30 times 15 over 14. All right, we don't even need to break down that 14 because look, bam, bam, get out of the way, right? 30 we know is 2 times 15, right? Well, that cancels out this and this. 2, well, we know this is 2 times 6, isn't it? So 2, oh, I forgot to cancel that out, 2 and 2. So upstairs what we have is 6 and 105. 1 plus 0 plus 5 is 6, which means 3 goes into this number. 3 also goes into this number. So this is 2 times 3, and then 105 divided by 3 gives me 35. So 35 times 3, okay? That means this cancels out and this cancels out, and I'm left with 2 35ths, 2 35ths. I promise you, don't try multiplying 12 times 14 times 15 and then reducing, because you'll just be here all day. Always cross cancel first. All right, let's do B. 4 out of 15 times 3 out of 16 times 6 out of 18. All right, well, 16 we know is 4 times 4, right? Well, one of those 4 goes away like that. And it's just a 1 that's left behind, not a 0. 15 is 3 times 5, right? Well, there's a 3 and there's a 3. 18 is 3 times 6. Well, there's a 6 and there's a 6. So upstairs, like I said, everything canceled out. That doesn't mean that it's a 0. It means it's a 1. Downstairs, I have 5, 4, and 3. 5 times 4 times 3. When I do that, 5 times 4 is 20, times 3 is 60. So I have 1/60th. 1/60th for B. All right, let's take a look at C. For C, we have 6 over 21 times 14 over 30 divided by 6 over 15. Let's start with these two multiplication ones right away, and then we can multiply by the reciprocal. So for 30, I could do 2 times 15 here for 30, but I see a 6 up there, so why don't I do 5 times 6, right? This is 3 times 7. This is 2 times 7. So this 7 and this 7 go away. This 6 and this 6 go away. Upstairs, the only thing I have left is a 2, and downstairs I have 3 and times 5, which is 15. We're going to change this around from division to multiplication, and we're going to flip this at the same time. 15 and 6. 15 and 6. These guys cancel out, right? 6 becomes 2 times 3. This goes away, and upstairs I don't have 0 left, I have a 1, and downstairs I have 3, 1/3. 1/3. So a lot easier than trying to multiply and reduce. All right, guys. So give that last one a shot. Let's take a look at it. 10 over 35 times 14 over 28 divided by 12 over 45. All right, let's start with the first ones. 10 over 35. Oh, oops, what am I doing? I don't know why I'm rewriting that. All right, so 14, take a look here. That's 14 times 2, right? Now, if you broke down to 2 times 7 and then 14 times 2, you could have done it that way too, but I happen to know that that's 14, right? So this 14 goes away, this goes away. Remember, I'm left with a 1. This can be 2 times 5, right? And 35 is 7 times 5, right? This 5 and this 5, which means upstairs I have 2 and 1, so just 2. Downstairs I have 7 and 2, which is 14. Oh, do you see that I forgot to cancel something out? This 2 and this 2 can go away. So upstairs I have 1, and downstairs I have 7. Multiplied by, remember to flip, 45 over 12. 45 over 12. Is there anything else that I can cancel out? I don't think so. I don't think so. We're good. Because 12 is just, 3. I bet we could. Because 4 plus 5 is 9, which means 3 goes into 9. 3 goes into this. 1 plus 2 is 3, right? So this is 3 times 4. I'm sitting here thinking, gosh, that looks a little crazy. And then this is 3 times, and again, you can use a calculator, that's fine, divided by 3. 15. I don't know why I didn't know that. So this 3 goes away, this 3 goes away. So upstairs I have 15, and downstairs I have 7 and 4. So 7 times 4, which is 28. Excellent work, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in class. Thank you.